Welcome back, Button Club members, to an episode of the Safe Sets podcast. I am one of your hosts, Shadow Fury, and with me, as always, is...
Ricky Icebeam.
Today's video, or episode, I should say, is all about Akuma. If you haven't been beaten to death by Akuma online, or the talking about Season 2 or whatever... Today, Ricky Icebeam is going to be giving us his overview of what he's learned from Akuma this past, week and a half or so?
Yeah, about a week. Yeah, and so we won't be talking as much about how sick he is and how cool he is. We're going to be talking about the nitty-gritty details, his combo routes, his DP punishes, things that you might want to know if you're trying to learn Akuma or you think you might want to pick up Akuma. These are like the kind of things to know. And I'll also be pointing things out, like things you can do on defense against Akuma, against some of these pretty common options.
Awesome. So if you were looking for an Akuma how-to-play guide, look no further than the Safe Sets podcast here on the Button Club YouTube channel. One more thing before we get started, I just do want to say to everyone, thank you so much for all the overwhelming love and support on the channel. 2,024 subscribers now on the YouTube. So
every year.
Exactly, yeah. When it was getting like 1980 something, like, oh, we're right around this year. Oh, 1996, I remember doing that in this year. So tonight's episode is a little bit different. We've shared it all over the socials that tonight we are going to be streaming only on Twitch, and then the VOD will be up on our YouTube channel on Monday, the time that we used to post it every week. So we're trying out something a little bit different, so we appreciate your love and attention and patience. But without any further ado, let's get into Ricky Icebeam's Akuma how-to.
Yeah, so let's switch the screen over so we can see what's going on. Let's start with throw loops.
Okay, cool.
Akuma's got throw loops. So when Akuma throws, he's plus 28 on recovery. And that doesn't matter if the opponent quick rises or back rolls, because in Street Fighter 6, the recovery on quick rise and back roll is the same amount of frames. Mm-hmm. So it only really matters when you're mid-screen. When you're in the corner, the recovery is the exact same spacing. It's auto time for you. And so Akuma has a 19-frame forward dash. So when you throw and then dash up, you're like plus 9. Yeah, you're plus 9. And so what that means is you're 2+, because from there, if you try to throw, it's going to whiff. And if you try to press a button, like stand heavy punch, for example, it's also 9 frames. So like they have a really easy way to just block that. And I'm also pretty sure you're out of throw range. But either way, the point of it is once you dash up, you're going to manually walk up just a little bit and then hit a meaty. And so with Akuma, with most characters in Street Fighter 6, they have like one button that's plus on block. Mm-hmm. Some characters have more than one, but most characters have one. And it's like, okay, that's the button you press on someone when they're waking up. The thing with Akuma, though, is his button that's plus on block is a stand medium punch, which has like no range and has a decent amount of pushback. And so if you press it and they block it, like on hit you're plus 4 and that's nice, but if you press it and they block it, you're plus 1, and then all you can really do is like jab and then special move. And so it's actually not a great situation because like, actually let me double check this. I don't think you get a tick throw. You might. Yeah, so you don't really get a tick throw. And that's the issue, and that's what I'm kind of alluding to. You don't get a tick throw off his plus button. And so what I've been doing with Akuma, so because his other medium buttons are all negative on block, besides hitting a plus button on someone's wake up, you can hit lights. Because you can chain cancel your lights. Even though like a stand jab is -1, if I go jab, I'll counter hit him.
Okay.
So like by frame data wise, that shouldn't work. But because I'm chain canceling the lights, my second jab, instead of having a 4-frame startup, I'm pretty sure it has the equivalent of a 2-frame startup, which will beat their 4-frame jab. And so if I set him to block all and then block crouching light punch, let me go back to where it was. So he hits counter hit if I do it quick enough. And then Akuma's crouching light punch is plus 5 on hit, and his standing light kick is a 5-frame startup. So long story short, on someone's wake up, you want to go stand jab, crouch jab, stand light kick.
Okay.
And then if any of them hit, the rest of them become a combo, and then you can confirm the stand light kick. You can't combo into Tatsu if they get hit crouching. And so that gets really complicated. And so typically what I'll do is I'll combo right into heavy uppercut, or if they're in the corner, or if I'm going to go into my level 3, I'll combo into the light. I call this the knuckle because it's so much like Luke's knuckles. So I'll combo into the light knuckle there.
Okay, interesting.
And so the knuckle's really good when they're in the corner because you can do knuckle into the follow-up, and that should leave you, if I'm not mistaken, +3 and in throw range.
Sick.
So let me double check that frame data. Yeah, so you're +3 and in throw range. And so in that situation, as Akuma, I could hit a medium button. I can do stand medium punch, which isn't all that great. I can do crouch medium punch, which leaves me negative on block. But because the throw is so good and I'm forcing my opponent to do a defensive option, I'm perfectly fine with them teching the throw. I'm just going to throw in that situation every single time. Because, like, if they try to neutral jump, you can still DP them. You have enough time. If they drive reversal, they spent 2 bars on it. If they ODDP, they spent 2 bars on it. So it's like, it's a great situation for me just to like turn my braid off, autopilot, and say, okay, I did my meaty, I got the hit, I go into the light knuckle into the follow-up, and then I'm just going to throw every single time and let them deal with it. Because same thing, if they're in the corner and they tech the throw, they're still in the corner.
Exactly.
So it's like they took a risk and got basically no reward. It's like they took a risk just to tie. They're not really winning the situation.
And I want you to know that statement has been living in my brain for at least a week now, because and there's times where I'm playing against my brother and I'll say the same thing. I'll be like, we'll both be playing together against someone online. I say, oh, like, he's got to spend the 2 bars though. Like, It really helps you. I don't want to say like cope with the decision making, but it's just and it also doesn't put a bad feeling on you. To like start weighing you down, like, oh, like I didn't guess right, and that's something that you mentioned last time as an issue. I want to guess right all the time.
Yeah, you don't need to.
Exactly.
And part of it too, it's like I'm not guessing wrong. I'm going for a throw. If they tech it, it's a tie. If they take the throw, it's a small win for me. If they ODDP, it's still a small win for me. Like there's close to no downside. Really, the best thing they can do is hold up forward so they jump over you. My throw will whiff. I can still uppercut them on the other side, but now they're out of the corner. So that's probably their best option, which is risky. And then the other option that's really good but risky is the wake up drive reversal, which is new.
Yes.
And the wake up drive reversal, I've been using it more and more lately because like when you're pressuring someone in the corner with throw loops and stuff, it's easy to bait an ODDP because you can just delay your option on offense. But if they drive reversal, unless you delay it a lot, you're still going to get hit with that drive reversal because it's relatively slow. So they'd have to like throw you and then like dash up and then just wait and then block the drive reversal, then get their negative
it's
6.
It's a hard read, right?
Exactly. It's essentially a hard read. And so doing it is much less risky than an ODDP because not only am I not going to be like -30 or whatever a DP is, I'm only -6, and it's harder to bait it. So we talked about, so with the throw loop, you dash up, you walk up, you throw. It's pretty easy to time. And so then the first option is throw, walk up, throw, and the second option is, after throw, you go up and you do stand jab, crouch jab, stand light kick. To throw. And then they're back in the situation again. So this is a loop.
I see, okay.
And so another thing that I've been doing most recently is if I go for the stand jab, crouch jab, stand light kick, and they block all of it, there's not a great a great special move for me to do besides OD Fireball, which is +2 on block, but I have to spend 2 bars to do it. So what I've been doing, which is kind of cheeky, is I'll cancel the stand light kick into the heavy knuckle. Because it's kind of like a delayed option.
Okay.
So let me see if I can set this up. If let's say they delay jab. I'm not sure if this is going to work exactly, but let's just... Why is that not working? here.
Oh, interesting.
Let me just set the block all. So if I'm understanding this correctly, he'll block everything, but after the third block, he'll do his reversal block option, which is delay jab. So that's too fast, so... Let me set him to throw instead of crouch light punch. Let's say he's delay tacking on defense. Not throw.
Oh, wow.
Let me see if I don't delay it. There we go. So that leaves me plus 12, which is really, really good. And so I have a lot of options there. Back heavy kick is 12 frames. I think stand heavy kick is 13, yeah, so you can't stand heavy kick. And also you'd have to confirm if they're standing or crouching, which you don't really necessarily want to do.
Yeah.
So what I've been doing, just because it's so easy, is crouch heavy punch. And so because they're in the corner, if I have like any meter at all, my best option is to combo that crouch heavy punch into the OD knuckle. And that OD knuckle with the follow-up in the corner does like the wall bounce like Marisa's OD attack does, and then I get a follow-up combo. I got that.
I see, okay. Wow.
So there's like 50%, close to it.
And you spent 2 bars on that? By the time you were done with the combo, yeah, how much did you regenerate?
Exactly. So that's part of it too is... Let me turn this standard. Yeah, so like I basically spent a bar.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
and so that's it's kind of twofold in the new season, right? Like if I combo into Drive Rush, my combo scales heavily. I'm gonna do a lot less damage. And not only am I spending 3 bars instead of 2 bars, but my meter won't start regenerating until the combo is over if I Drive Rush. If I just do an OD attack, my meter starts coming back during the combo.
Which I actually really like that change for Season 2.
So that part isn't a change. It's always been that way. The only difference is the scaling on the Drive Rush.
Yeah.
And so actually, towards the end of Season 1 with Luke, so like when I was first playing Luke, I was comboing to OD Knuckle a lot because it's easy to do. And then towards the end, I was like, oh, I'm spending too much meter on Drive Rushes, which costs 3 bars. If I combo into OD Knuckle instead, it basically costs 1.5 bars because I get to combo afterwards. And also Luke gets great Oki off the OD Knuckle even mid-screen. And so I started doing that again. And so now with the nerf to Drive Rush scaling, I'm like, oh, now I'm definitely going to be comboing the OD moves way more often because it costs basically half and does more damage.
Yep.
So with Akuma's throw loops, I keep it simple. I either throw or I go for the stand jab string. You could bait a DP or bait a drive reversal. Honestly, I don't really think it's worth it in this game. I think you're better off like running your offense and forcing them to spend their resources to get what they want. It's not worth it to try to bait them because then you're giving them more defensive options that could potentially work. For example, if they're mashing throw. So like if I do, if I throw and then dash up and block, if they're mashing throw and holding down back, I'm gonna get back thrown into the corner.
Yeah.
And like I don't want to guess on your wake up. You're guessing on your wake up. So I'm just gonna either do this string or throw again.
I like that.
Because the other option that I could do is crouch medium punch. So crouch medium punch is a really interesting button. It's -1 on block, but it's +6 on hit, and it has a 6-frame startup, which I thought was wild when I was first learning Akuma, that he can combo crouch medium punch and the crouch medium punch without counter hit.
Yep.
Which seems really, really good, but then when you realize that it's negative on block, you're like, oh, there's actually not that many opportunities to be doing that. Because when I'm doing this, I'm not confirming that, like the first one, I'm just pressing and not sure if they're going to block or not.
Yeah.
If I'm doing this in a situation where like I'm whiff punishing, or like let's say I'm like way over here and like they just rip a ODDP, and I kind of like panic, walk up and press this, that's a punish counter crouch medium punch. So that's like a totally different situation.
Yeah.
So to do like a not counter hit, not punish counter crouch medium punch is like such a rare situation that like doing this isn't gonna happen very often.
It sounds strong, but isn't practical.
Exactly, it's not practical. Like if I'm doing this, I got lucky, or I was gonna do it on block and hope that they weren't mashing.
Exactly. Yeah. You were doing it.
Yeah. Either way, it's not a great option. Trying to think what else. Oh, so the other option that you could do, I was talking about doing this combo because it doesn't matter if they're standing or crouching. If for some reason you want to confirm that they're standing, you could combo that into light Tatsu, and then in the corner after you combo into light Tatsu, you can either combo into heavy DP, heavy Tatsu, light DP into level 3, or you can just raw level 1 or raw level 2.
Okay. So you have options there depending on how much meter you want to spend and all that.
Right. Whoops, I messed that up. That's a combo. And so, really quick, I want to go over the difference between using heavy DP or heavy Tatsu as a combo ender. Heavy Tatsu is only a combo ender in the corner. It can work mid-screen, but it's so inconsistent, you should just never go for it. Because Akuma has such low health, it's like you whiff it once, you literally lose that round. So it's only an option in the corner. It does a little bit more damage than the heavy DP, but I personally don't like the Oki situation as much. So if I combo into heavy DP, I'm trying to remember the math. I believe you're plus 30, and then whiffing stand medium kick is 26 frames. So it leaves you plus 4 and in throw range. Plus 4 is as plus as you can be without whiffing your throw. So you can just mash throw once you whiff the stand medium kick, and it makes it really hard for them to attack that throw.
I also noticed that after you did the combo into level 1, it was 1900 damage. Then after you just did that combo now with heavy Tatsu, was that heavy Tatsu?
That was heavy DP.
Heavy DP, 1710. So not a tremendous gain for spending that meter.
Double check this. I'm messing up my combos. Yeah, so 1990, so about 2K. But the other nice thing too is the combo that I just did with the level 1 works mid-screen as well.
Okay, so you don't have to relearn a special corner combo.
Yeah, and then let me just double check this. Yeah, so like you can combo Tatsu into heavy DP, but it depends on the spacing. And so well, I'll get into that in a second. It depends on the spacing.
Yeah.
I'll get into it in a second, but it's not worth comboing into heavy DP mid-screen, really.
Yeah. I know where you're going with that.
So I personally like to do the heavy DP because the damage is almost the same. So this was 1710.
Yep.
And the thing to remember is Street Fighter 6, everything's multiplied by 10 compared to Street Fighter 5. So if this was Street Fighter 5 numbers and the characters had 1000 health, this is 171 damage versus 175 damage. So an extra 4 damage.
Yeah.
Which is like nothing. And so I really like the Oki situation after the heavy DP because you whiff the stand medium kick and then you can immediately throw. When you combo into the heavy Tatsu, I'm trying to remember this math. So I believe you're plus 32. Let me double check this. Plus 32. You whiff forward medium kick, and then you're plus 2 in throw range, which is not as good.
Okay.
So you get a little bit more damage for a little bit worse Oki.
What about whiffing standing medium kick into crouching medium punch?
When? After the heavy DP?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can do that.
Okay, yeah.
But now I'm -1, and I'm pushed away out.
Okay.
So that's the thing. If on hit, that would be great. But you have to like almost assume you're gonna guess wrong. So you're like, oh, like if I'm gonna guess wrong, I should go for the throw because I'd much rather have them tech my throw or take the throw.
Then punish you on block, right?
Well, not so much punish me on block, but like, it's a throw setup, and so the point of it is to go for throw.
Okay, gotcha.
And the other thing too is it being +4, it's harder to tech that throw. Like if you delay tech, you're still gonna get thrown because my throw's coming out so quick. Whoops. Yeah, so that's just really hard to tech, and then you're in a great situation here because you get another throw loop. Yeah, so I've been not comboing into the heavy Tatsu because I don't think the extra damage is worth it because the Oki's not great. And then also, I have to double check this. I think when you do the heavy Tatsu and with the forward medium kick, you're still in throw range, but I think you're at like maximum throw range. So then if you do decide to press buttons, you're further out.
Okay.
So like, it's kind of hard to see, but I think I'm a little bit further out. Where I think here I'm like point blank.
Yeah.
You can see, you can kind of see by the feet. It's hard because Ed's moving a lot, but here like the feet are definitely crossed over.
Yep.
And when I do this,
There was space.
yeah, it's like the tip of his toe is touching mine.
But they don't cross.
Yeah, so it's further out.
Interesting.
So you're still in throw range, but it's like max throw range.
You guys getting all this? Okay, still with us?
Taking down your notes. But what I was saying is, so you can combo the jabs into light Tatsu if they're standing, and you have lots of options after that. You can combo into level 1, so you can combo into level 2, and that's interesting because in the corner it does the wall splat. Should be able to do my wall splat combo here. This is actually something I read aloud.
It's the timing of that fireball now. Yeah.
So maybe that doesn't work. So actually, because I hadn't labbed this before, what I had been doing is I combo into the level 2 and then I've been doing crouch heavy punch into the heavy knuckle.
Oh, but that's scaling.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like the whole the level 2 should be the end of it. So the fact that you can do any follow up at all is actually pretty good.
Damn.
And actually, the other thing I wanted to lab, I'll just do it live here, as I wanted to see is if after level 2, because there's so much scaling, if I sweep, do I get a safe jump?
Oh, okay.
Plus 32, no, so that's not actually great. But either way, those are some of your options, and then obviously you can combo into level 3. If I don't drop it.
Oh.
Don't know why I'm dropping this.
There you go. Those buttons just sound nice, huh?
They do sound
like
nice. I'm hitting them pretty hard and they're not that loud.
I have to guess, you have to get you a set.
So then the other option you could do is instead of like, let's say they're crouching or you don't want to deal with trying to confirm it, you can combo the light knuckle into the follow-up into level 3. And so the light knuckle in the follow-up keeps them grounded, and so if you have if you're in CA range, you could actually Raging Demon.
Okay.
Let me see here.
Yeah.
That'll combo.
Any tips on how you perform Raging Demon?
I press light jab, light jab, so jab, jab, and then I do forward light kick, light heavy punch.
You don't have like a thing that you do or anything, or no? It's as straight up as the input is.
It's pretty straight up. The only thing. So what you can do, let me just double check this. So you could do jab, jab, and then you can press forward, light kick, and heavy punch all at the same time.
Oh.
I find it to be less consistent.
Yeah, yeah.
And the timing isn't that strict, so I tend to just do them in order. But the thing I do is I do jab, jab, and then I press and hold forward, press and hold light kick, press and hold heavy punch.
Okay. I found that the game was reading it well when I split it up almost in half, too. Jab, jab is one thing, and then the other, forward light kick, heavy punch.
Yep.
And I double tap the light punch.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't double tap anything.
No.
So I've actually got good at the Raging Demon input from playing Kage.
Yeah.
Because Kage could combo into the Raging Demon, I was like, oh, I have to know this. And so now with Akuma, it just feels like second nature. So that's a pretty good explanation of the corner game. You want to go for throw loop, you want to go for stand jab, crouch jab, stand light kick, either combo into light tatsu or the light knuckle into the follow up. And then mid-screen, I was talking about how you can combo light tatsu into heavy DP. And even though it's technically possible to combo into heavy tatsu, it's really inconsistent. So I guess you can't do it off of light tatsu, but you can do this. But it's just not worth it. So even the heavy DP, I would say, because here it's gonna whip, I would say is not worth it. You either want to combo directly into heavy DP like this.
Yeah.
Or you just want to combo light tatsu into sweep.
That makes the most sense. That's what I'm seeing the most. Because you're just going to get that sick Oki. Demon set, demon flip setups. Yeah, double dash. Still +4 after double dash.
So that's what I've been doing. I've been comboing light tatsu to sweep, double dash. You're +4 and in throw range, and it doesn't matter if they quick rise or back roll. Wow. It's so brain dead. It's so easy, so simple.
And then what about the other options? How does that get covered? The jump is not +4?
So the jump...
probably 0, huh?
It's a safe jump, so you're -3.
Okay.
If you MD jump, yeah, you're -3.
Yeah, okay.
So that's only worth doing in the corner because it's only a safe jump in the corner.
I understand.
Mid-screen, it's technically a safe jump, but if they back roll and walk back, you'll whiff.
Okay.
Which is a pretty common thing that people don't mind doing. So the double dash into throw is a much better situation.
Yeah, that makes sense. Sick. And then what about the demon instead? The demon flip.
So the demon flip is best after light tatsu into nothing.
Oh, no sweep then. Oh, okay.
So you so that's plus.
Oh my god. Oh, okay.
And depending on if they quick rise or back roll, heavy demon flip will be in front or behind. But being realistic, I always assume they're gonna roll back.
Yeah. Wow.
So the issue that I don't like about it is that you're +5. So if you do it with perfect timing and throw right away, your throw will actually whiff.
Yeah. It's 2+ then.
Yeah, +4 is the perfect number.
Because that catches jabs and throws, so you're all set, right?
Yeah, and it doesn't whiff. I mean, it's still really good to do that. Because the other thing too is let's say, they know it's a setup, and so they're gonna wake up ODDP. What's the name of it? Uppercut.
Yeah. Oh, his is so delayed though.
So let me just change my health back. So I'm gonna let him hit me with it basically.
Yep.
Well, actually, let me go for the throw. I should. Yeah, so I still get hit there. And so then what you could do is demon flip, block, and then punish that. But the whole thing is to go for the setup, you're giving up some damage. So that's 1100, and so for easy numbers, like I said, Street Fighter 6, everything's multiplied by 10, so it's 111 damage. If you combo into the sweep, it's 1470, and then you get the double dash setup. And you can still block the DP. So I think for the corner carry, the guaranteed damage, the nice +4 setup in their face, I've been preferring just to go for like Tatsu into sweep, double dash. Because the other thing too is Akuma has so many options that you don't want to mix yourself up. Like, you want to keep your game plan simple and straightforward, because ultimately you want your opponent to understand what you're doing. If every time I combo into light Tatsu into sweep, double dash, and throw, I'm training them to tech the throw or jump back or do something defensive. And so once I can train them to be like, oh, I always do this, then I always go for a throw, now I can start to mix them up if I want to.
You just had to condition them first.
Exactly. And that's the whole thing. Like, I don't want to play rock, paper, scissors with them. I want to go rock, rock, rock until they start throwing paper, and then I can hit them with a scissor when it really counts. But here's the kicker, right? If you are a really strong player, you will take my throw, because it's actually the least painful option. And so it doesn't, like, it's not about outsmarting your opponent, right? Like you might think like, oh, he threw me 3 times in a row, I'm gonna tech it, I'm outsmarting him. It's like, actually, you're falling right into my trap.
Exactly. Yeah.
What you want to do is take the throw, that way I don't get any mix up. I have to do rock, and I only get rock damage. So I
love the way you explain things.
So combo light Tatsu into sweep, mid screen you double dash throw. In the corner you can still double dash throw, or you can go for the safe jump. The thing with the safe jump, if anyone's not aware, safe jumps are incredibly strong if you don't know how to deal with safe jumps. If you wake up parry, and this is not holding parry, if you wake up and tap parry, you will get a perfect parry. Which is bad. It's not punishable, but the person who did the safe jump is negative, and now it's a rock, paper, scissors situation where I'm being threatened of being back thrown into the corner. And so that's a situation you want to avoid at all costs. And so if you're playing someone and you go to do the jump in and they perfect parry, it's good and it's bad. It's bad because now you're in a crappy situation. The good thing is you can bait the perfect parry by empty jump throw.
You get that punish counter damage.
Yeah, and now you're in a throw loop situation.
Okay,
So it can be good, but because getting perfect parried is so bad, oftentimes I'll assume my opponent knows I'm doing a safe jump, and I'll just go for the throw as plan A. So it's like I'll go for the throw as plan A until I know they're not parrying, and then the safe jump actually becomes my plan B. And so in many situations in this, it's like I'm developing my game plan to put Akuma in good situations to go for throws, because throws are so strong. It's like I want my opponent to have to choose a defensive option to either have to take my throw or do a risky defensive option just to tie or negate a low damage option. So lots and lots of setups to go for throws. Trying to think, what else do I like doing mid-screen? So when you with Akuma mid-screen, there's really not a great reason to go for the OD knuckle. It pushes them to the corner, and I think you can I forget what this is called, like Demon Rush or whatever. You can Demon Rush for Oki, I think.
Oh, so take parry off. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're plus.
Wow.
Yeah, plus 12, so you can like walk up throw. But I don't think that's a really a good use of me. Let me just double check this really quick. You're negative. But either way, you shouldn't be doing any of those options. So mid-screen, even though the damage isn't as good, if you're going to spend meter, it's worth it to drive rush because you get crazy corner carry. And the most important thing that I've learned is, first of all, you don't really want to drive rush into the stand heavy kick, because not only does it whiff on crouchers, but because it's 2 hits, it adds a lot more scaling to it.
Yeah, okay.
And you can only do certain buttons into the stand heavy kick because it has a 13 frame startup. The button to drive rush into with Akuma is forward heavy punch. It's also 13, but it hits crouchers and it's only 1 hit, so it's less scaling. And so you can get it off crouch medium punch, which is wild. and then it's +8, which combos into crouch heavy punch.
Wow.
So like this is the thing. Crouch medium punch is not meant to be a close range poke. It's meant to be a whiff punish tool, or just like something to throw out at a range where they might whiff. It's whatever. Now they're in the corner. Now they're in throw loop. And so if you look at that again, what I did was I did crouch medium kick, drive rush, forward heavy punch, because it doesn't matter if they're standing or crouching. It combos without counter hit, without punish counter or anything. Leaves me +8, which lets me combo into crouch heavy punch. Crouching heavy punch forces stand.
And that's how you can get a Tatsu then?
So it's a So if you get this is guaranteed. I dropped the combo.
Yeah, but you were just showing.
That's guaranteed. And then you get to choose, okay, so from there, because you drive rushed in, your heavy DP is always going to connect. And you always get all 3 hits. So depending on the spacing after light Tatsu mid-screen, sometimes your heavy DP will whiff, and sometimes you'll only get 2 hits, which gives you less damage, and I think it makes the Oki really weird. But if you drive rush into that forward heavy punch, and then crouch heavy punch Tatsu into heavy DP, all 3 hits always hit, and you're +30. So what I've been doing is, if the combo leads them near the corner, I'll just combo into sweep and double dash. If the combo leads them all the way to the corner, then I'll end it in heavy punch DP with the stand medium kick. Because now I got more damage because of the heavy DP, and I still got a +4 throw situation.
Yeah, and you're running your game plan, right?
And I put them all the way in the corner. Yeah, I'm just...
And these were things that you figured out just labbing by yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not much to watch like tutorials or whatever, or...
I'll watch tutorials sometimes, but I think players who make tutorials a lot of times, they get caught up in the damage output and not so much in the practicality of it. So like when I go back to talk about the combo light Tatsu to heavy Tatsu, like if you watch guides, they'll do that a lot because like, oh, that's the most damage. It's like, yeah, I don't care about damage. I want opportunity. Yeah, so I'll gladly give up a little bit of damage for an opportunity, or I'll gladly take guaranteed damage. Like, where was I? With this setup here, like, I'd much rather take the guaranteed sweep damage and double dash than to get less damage and then go for a cheeky setup. But it's just, I think it's much less consistent.
Because, like, and I know, and you've said this before, too, to point out, like, you know, how there are times where you feel drive gauge is even more important than health.
Way more.
Depleting their health and messing around with their mind is so much more potent in that situation, because then they kind of will defeat themselves, especially if your game plan's that solid, right?
Right, and then the most important thing is, like, I don't care if my first combo does the most damage, as long as I get a second hit, whether it's a throw or a combo. So if I can do less damage on my first combo to increase my chances of throwing them or getting a combo, the total of those two things combined is way more damage than whatever the first combo could have been. So it's like, I don't care about doing the most damage with one combo. I'm trying to get more than one chance for dealing damage. And that's why I was saying before, pretty much everything I'm doing is trying to lead to good throw situations.
Sick.
Earlier I was talking about comboing into the light knuckle into the follow-up, and it's +3 in throw range. I'm pretty sure that does not work mid-screen. Yeah, so it whiffs. So again, if... And here's a weird thing about Akuma too. Akuma's much better when his opponent is standing. When the opponent is crouching, it's much harder to deal damage on them, right? Because, like, I can't Tatsu. I can't OD Tatsu. If I do want to spend meter, I have to, like... That's not very good. What was that? 1350? No. So in that situation, you basically have to combo directly into heavy DP.
And then your turn's over. You're very far away. They're close to the corner. You're +30, but...
I'm glad you said that. My turn's not over. And here's why.
Okay.
If they wake up jab... Let's do them. That's meaty. And that's auto time. So I'm while the DP is recovering, I'm holding parry and mashing forward so my drive rush comes out immediately.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I realize I'm drive rushing, I'm holding overhead. So it comes out frame 1. So that's frame perfect, no special things. And what's really nice about that is there they got counter hit because I had them set to mash jab and it was +9. But if you assume that they're not mashing jab, but they're just holding down back and they didn't react to the overhead, that's still +7 on hit. And my stand medium kick is 7 frame startup and forces stand. So I get this into this. And then throw again.
Damn.
So the interesting thing about that, though, is kind of like I was saying before, where like you want to go rock, 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 so they go paper. This situation becomes so common, like, okay, I comboed into the heavy DP. I spent 1 bar to dry rush into overhead to the point where, like, oh, they're either going to parry it or just block the overhead. And so that's when you can start mixing things up, like, let me just make sure this works. I think you can drive rush, whiff jab, and then throw. And then I think you can also just drive rush low.
Oh, did that get punish counter?
It didn't, but...
Oh, yeah, but still.
I'm going to set them to parry. Right, so if I overhead them here, it's a perfect parry situation.
Okay. It's alright, it's new. And you're on different buttons. Oh, wow.
So that beats that.
Yeah.
So I am putting them in a rock, paper, scissors situation, and it's inexpensive because if I didn't already have 6 bars, while I'm doing this combo, I'm gaining meter, and I only spent a bar to do that.
That's true.
So even if I have to drive rush, whiff jab, and then throw and they tech it, I didn't really spend that much to go for that. And like you said, before it looked like my turn was over, I was mid-screen, like, what am I going to do, throw a fireball and hope they don't jump? It's like, no, I'm not playing that game. I'm drive rushing in, now we're playing rock, paper, scissors, and it's in my favor.
Look at this guy. I'm
having fun with this character.
I can tell, and honestly, like, I was telling my brother last week that I really wish that we were closer in the beginning of Street Fighter 6, because watching how you think and how you learn, which is really why this isn't for you guys.
Yeah, this is for him.
This is for me.
This is a private training session.
I just wanted to pose it to help the community, because it's just incredible how you think sometimes and where your brain's going, and it's just really, really awesome. So
yeah, I mean, I'm always trying to figure out situations where, like, how can I end this combo so the next situation is my turn in my favor. Can I push him to the corner? And by doing that, I'm eliminating so many options that I don't need to consider anymore.
Yeah, is lightening your mental stack so you can play sharper, stronger, and react to everything else while just implementing a simple game plan.
Right, and the things that I'm doing are real. So, like, in a lot of these situations, it's like, yeah, there's an option I can do that loses to jab or whatever. But, like, if my plan A beats them mashing jab, so like I combo into heavy DP, I drive rush overhead. That beats them holding down back and sleeping at the wheel, and it beats them mashing jab. And so, like, it's just so good to just do it. It's like the best thing they can do is perfect parry me, which has lots of scaling. If they ODDP, I drain their meter, right? Like, there's so many things going for it. So it's like you kind of, like, I don't want to do something if I don't know what happens next. I mean, in the heat of the battle, things happen. Sometimes I mess up a combo, or I'll do an ender that I don't normally do, and it wasn't really part of my game plan. But, like, when I can, when I'm, calm and collected, and, and situations are happening that I've practiced or I completely understand them, then it's like, okay, here's my plan A, here's my plan B. I'll only have to go to plan C in rare situations. Typically, A and B will get the job done. I'm trying to think what else I wanted to talk about this character.
I thought my dude was about to drink from the jug. Every week, he's gotten more and more water, and last week we gave him the gallon jug, and then this week he's got his leftover. Half a gallon in a few hours sitting. You don't even drink that much water in a couple of days, I bet.
And it's funny, too, because, like, I drink water all day at work. I got home. I did a potted... I didn't drink the whole pot. I had, like, maybe, like, 4 cups of decaf, so which is all water.
Decaf. Oh, man.
I feel like I'm so sensitive to caffeine that even drinking decaf, like, does something to me.
Yeah, really? No kidding.
I mean, I drank 4 cups of it.
Yeah, exactly. At that rate, it would have to, right?
Yeah, because I think legally in the United States, to call something decaf, it has to have like, well, I think 1.5% of the caffeine content of caffeinated.
Oh, wow.
And so that being said, like, that would mean like 2 cups of coffee is probably like 1 sip of caffeinated coffee. Like 2 cups of decaf is like 1 sip of caffeinated. So if I drank 4 cups of decaf, I basically took like 2 big sips of coffee.
Yeah.
So I'm pumped.
Yeah, he's wired.
So what else do I want to? I'm trying to think of a way to set this up. So this isn't really like a training mode thing to set up. It's more like a mental stack thing. Akuma has the teleport into throw, and it does so much damage, 2200. So like if you compare that to a regular throw is 12, and a punish counter throw is basically 2000. So it's like a free punish counter throw. And I need to actually check this really quick. Does it do punish counter damage on top of that? It does, 29. That's so much.
Bro.
So it's basically like an SBD.
Yeah.
And so that's a thing that I'll do sometimes. Like I'll throw, and then I'll dash up, and I'll throw, and then
just to show them something else, basically.
Right, exactly. And it works so well, especially against Zangief players. I found.
Yeah. Throwing a grappler main really messes them up.
Like, I think this matchup, Akuma versus Geef, is actually pretty hard for Akuma. I think it's in Akuma's favor still, even though Geef got big buffs and the damage output is kind of wild. But, like, if I can handle the Geef in neutral and then get him to the corner, like, he doesn't have very good defensive options. He has drive reversal on Wake Up now, but I can always bait that. Yeah, so I feel like putting him in the corner and having his mental stack high and then just doing this, it's like they're gonna either take it or they're gonna like accidentally try to tech it, which you can't do, or they're gonna tap parry or try to drive impact. Yeah, it's just so strong. I think the damage on this should get nerfed, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because it's the guess. It's them having to react to the right thing at the right time that is the reward, not the fact that it does 2,000 to 3,000 damage.
Yeah,
like 22 to 29. I think it's really, really good. Oh, I didn't talk about lows. So let's say, let's put him back on standing for the situation. So I'm gonna combo into light Tatsu to sweep, and then I'm gonna double dash, and then I'm gonna go low to see if I can catch him walking back. So let me set them to can I set him to walk back? I think backdash would work.
That's just his back word for 1 frame.
Oh, that works. So let me. That should work. That's just gonna set him to walk back on Wake Up. So I think from there, yeah. So why did that not work? So the thing I'm wondering, so when you're +4 and I do this, no, it should still hit because it's 5 frames. So why are they not walking back?
It's only 10 frames. Is it not enough?
Shouldn't matter.
I don't know.
That was weird. Well, let me try this again.
Oh.
I don't think this is right. I'm just gonna send backdash.
If you guys have any questions in the chat to ask Ricky, just send it. Let us know. do our best to answer everything.
So this works for two reasons. One, because just with the dummy and training mode, it's easier to do this. This will beat a person walking back. It'll also catch them trying to backdash or hold up or whatever they're trying to do. Because at this point, I've conditioned them that I'm going to throw. And then also, if they hold down back and delay tech, they still have to block.
Oh, okay.
But the point of this is to catch them, backdashing or walking back or just, not blocking. So I'm going to combo light Tatsu into sweep and then double dash. It's going to leave me +4. I'm going to crouch light kick, crouch light punch, the crouch light punch is +5 on hit, then stand light kick. And then because I'm trying to catch them walking back, they should be standing, but you also have the option of comboing if they were crouching and not blocking.
Okay. Oh, because of the backdash.
Yeah. Which again, I'm fine with them backdashing. Like I'm running my offense.
Yeah.
I'm taking my turn. So that's a strong option as well. And then when I combo into heavy DP and then I go for a drive rush, let's just assume they're going to hold walking back, so that way they're blocking the overhead. And if I do the whiff jab and the throw, they take the throw, but throey're not going to get punish counter thrown, right? So it's a pretty safe defensive option against what I've been shown as my plan A. So a lot of times I'll drive rush to crouch medium kick. And so to drive rush to crouch medium kick and confirm that is like really, really hard to confirm. And so if I just like drive rush to crouch medium kick to drive rush again, I could potentially be wasting 4 bars. But I'm pretty sure, if I understand this correctly, crouch medium kick is +1 on hit. So drive rush to that is +5 and combos in a stand light kick. So let me... This should be fine. Yeah, so that catches them walking back.
Wow.
And then if you can confirm it, or if you just like hard read believe that they're going to be standing because you've overheaded them so many times, then you could crouch medium kick, drive rush into forward heavy punch. So that doesn't... Let's double check this. Yeah, so that works because you drive rush into the stand medium kick and then drive rush again. The frames add up. That wasn't optimal. I should have done light DP into level 3, but it's the easy mode. And that's something I wanted to point out as well. Like, in a real match, if you have your opponent in the corner and you're pretty sure your combo is going to kill, let's just say, for whatever reason, I'm going to do crouch medium punch, drive rush into the forward heavy punch, crouch heavy punch, Tatsu, and then optimally in that situation would be light DP into level 3. But I just want to show you there's not that much of a difference in damage between that and raw level 3. And so like if you're pretty sure it's going to kill, it's like why not just do the easy combo?
Yeah.
So this is the easy combo. And I'm not in CA range right now. This is just the regular level 3. So 42, 46. And I'm going to do the same thing but with the DP. So 42, 46 to 47 at late. So it's a good chunk of damage, but like I said, if the combo is going to kill either way, just do the baby combo. Do the easy one. The other thing you could do in that situation, let's say like you're really cognizant of what's going on, and so like while you're dry rushing, you're planning your combo ender, you could combo the crouch heavy punch. Instead of doing Tatsu into level 3, you could do the crouch heavy punch to the heavy knuckle to the follow-up to level 3. I dropped that. I think that does more damage.
Yeah, slightly more. Because we weren't even touching these numbers yet. 47?
So that actually did about the same as
yeah.
the DP combo, because I think it did 4708.
Yeah. And you have way more buffer room time with the knuckle instead.
Yeah,
so.
It's much easier to mash it out. Yeah, but I think this says 4708, and the other one did 4720 something. Yeah, so it's a little bit more damage actually. And then the other thing that you could do, I think it actually does less damage, but it's so much cooler, is you can combo into Raging Demon. So... It's what's weird, and I don't know if it's just an Akuma thing. When I drive rush cancel a crouch medium punch with Luke, I feel like I can do it really fast. With Akuma, I have to like delay the drive rush because it's well, now I look like a liar, but I feel like I'm messing it up.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah.
So you can combo that. I don't know if this does more.
This looks like... Oh, never mind.
So it might be more, but then doing the level 3... Yeah, so it's a little bit more, but if I just did the level 3 with the CA, it does more.
That was 4773? Is that what that was?
So I think this does more.
Wow, yeah.
But the Raging Demon's so cool that you gotta go for it.
But like, which one? But the one you just did before this would be the easiest one, right? It's a little easier to input than.
It's definitely easier.
You know?
It does more damage. So the only reason really to go into Raging Demon is, let's say your opponent is crouching. And you are, let me see. This is an extreme situation, but it kind of drives the point home. It didn't burn me out.
Oh, because it's automatically refilling, yeah.
Oh, hold on. There we go.
Or...
Now I'm burnt out.
Okay, yeah.
So if you're burnt out and they're crouching, the actual optimal damage is stand jab, crouch jab, stand light kick, light knuckle, follow up, and then level 3 or demon. Yeah, because the light knuckle, even with the follow up, doesn't pop the opponent up. It leaves them grounded. So the Raging Demon still connects. So I did 3770. Yeah, 3670. So that's the only situation that I believe is like the time to combo into Raging Demons. Like if I'm going meterless off of lights into the light knuckle. Oh, I just remembered something. I want to talk about punishing DPs. Because there's a really cool piece of tech that I think a lot of people know about by now, but it's similar to Luke. So when you block a ODDP with Luke, you can do a medium knuckle, which leaves you +7 on punish counter, and then combo directly into crouch heavy punch. And Akuma has something similar.
That's what I've been seeing people use.
Yeah.
Is punishing with that to start.
Yeah, so let me switch. So I'm going to start the combo with heavy knuckle.
Okay.
Edge is weird.
Yeah, you can change it if you want to someone more. Recognizable. Yeah, beat up on old Luke. Yep.
And so that's going to leave me plus 12.
Good lord.
So I have lots of options, but what I've been doing is comboing crouch heavy punch after that. So like even a relatively simple combo can be like, oh, I forgot to cover that. So lots of stuff with Akuma. So if you combo into the heavy knuckle without the follow-up, you're plus 3 and in throw range. So that's a good situation to know about. And then let's say I want to do some pretty big damage. Because I'm in the corner.
Ooh.
So in the corner, you want to combo into the OD knuckle because you get the wall splat, and there's no extra damage scaling like you would with Drive Rush.
Yep.
So there, the heavy Tatsu does the most damage. And so I guess the only situation to go for heavy Tatsu if you think it might kill. But if you're sure it's not going to kill, I'd rather just go for the heavy uppercut. And there's the thing is when you do the combo to the back heavy punch to the fireball, there's lots of room to like drop frames. Because not only can you drop frames between like when they wall splat to when you press it, for when you press it to canceling fireball, but the real thing is when you hold the fireball.
Yeah.
Because you can hold it for a few extra frames and still get the combo, but now the timing's all weird. So if you're adamant to get like really crisp timing, it's a worse combo. What I've been doing is back heavy kick and demon flip to kick and then heavy DP.
Oh.
Because it gives you the same plus 30 frames as you would when you combo into DP in the corner anyways. What am I doing? Oh yeah.
Oh, sick.
So that gives, so it didn't show it there, but
Yeah.
that combo into DP is very consistent. It leaves me exactly plus 30, and then within the stand medium kick leaves me plus 4 and in throw range.
Jesus.
But if you want to meter dump, so there's ways to do it with Drive Rush, which I think does like a hair more damage. But this combo I actually learned from watching, forgetting his name now, the Nikali player.
Phenom?
Phenom, yes. I keep getting confused because his name on Twitter's not Phenom, so I just forget what it was. The Moose.
The Moose. Okay, yeah.
So I saw him tweet this combo out, and so you combo into the OD knuckle to get the wall splat, and then you do back heavy kick, and then you do OD demon to fireball, and then OD Tatsu light DP into level 3. It does like crazy damage. It's unreasonable if I don't mess it up.
I'm gonna say.
Woo! Crazy damage. I think it's
Good
I
lord.
think it's like over 7k. Just about 7k.
So close.
So like if you put your
If
opponent
you
in a
would-
situation, they basically lost.
No kidding. If you lowered your health, we could see.
With the extra damage.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. I want to see it. Wow.
So this does hella damage. You're basically dead.
And that looked really consistent for you.
So basically 7k. Like they're basically dead. And the thing that was wild is because it only cost like 5 or so bars, like 5.5 bars, if I have all 6 of my bars, I don't even burn out.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And the thing that's nice too is like, let me think. Because I do OD knuckle, OD and then I OD the Tatsu. So it's technically 6 bars.
But you've been accumulating.
I've been accumulating so I don't burn out. But what's nice is if I have like right around 4 bars, I can still do it. I'll burn myself out, but I can do the OD Tatsu with like 0.1 bars.
Of course,
left.
yeah.
So if I put my opponent in the corner and I have like just for example.
Yeah.
I can still do it.
Yeah.
So like you don't need that much meter. You just need anything like right around 4 bars. Because there I spent 2, so I had 4. Then I blocked his ODDP, so I was down to like 3.9, and I still got to do it all. So like that's like a good opportunity to meter dump and do the most damage. And so here's the situation. Let's say I have 1 bar left. No, let me rephrase that. Let me start with 2 bars, because I'll still be able to do the OD knuckle, but then I'm going to do a combo that's going to build me meter instead of spending me meter.
Okay.
So this is all gaining me meter. So because when I spent the OD, I was down to less than a bar, and now that this combo's over, I have 3.5, basically 4 bars.
And what did you lose for damage there? Not much.
No, yeah. And then the other thing that's
400
really nice is so I'm just gonna show a quick Oki situation after level 3. If I set him to crouching light punch on wake up. So I should be able to meaty heavy fireball them.
Wow.
And so what's nice about that is like, if I do my level 3, I drain 1.5 of their bars. If I CA, I drain 2 of their bars. But then I get this free fireball, which if they block it, chips them down just a little bit. If I combo into the level 3 and it burns them out, now that's free extra damage right there. There's not much they can do. They also, like, they can't jump out of it. If they have any bar left, they could perfect parry it, but like, I doubt they're gonna just do that with perfect timing.
They would have to know that that's coming. You have shown them that many times, and they know all that, right? So.
Yeah, so it's just a free fireball in that situation. Like if they try to jump or press a button, they get hit or punish countered. The only thing they can really do is something that is fireball invincible. So what I found is like the only thing they can really do is level 3, which I've actually found myself in situations where I'm like, oh, this situation's terrible for them. I just comboed into my level 3. They're in the corner. Their health is low, but they have level 3. And I'll be like, you know what? I'm not even going to throw the fireball. In the off chance they level 3, I win the round. And if I throw the fireball to the level 3, I basically lose the round.
Yeah.
So in that situation, it's not worth the gamble. But there's many situations where I combo into level 3. Because the other thing I was talking about is, oh, I'm doing this to gain meter. Now I have 4 bars. The time it takes me to do this, plus the meter I get from throwing the fireball, it's all free meter.
True. Yeah.
So let me just go back to that again. I'm gonna don't try this at home. So I'm gaining bar during this. I'm draining their bar, and then the last fireball I get to do for free. Well, I can't because they're going to DP me. But either way, I'd gain a little bit more bar than that. So I'd probably have like 4.5 bars at that point. And instead of draining 1.5 to 2 of their bars, I'm draining like 1.7 to like 2.2 bars because they have to block this.
Damn.
Trying to think if there was anything else. Oh, it's rare, but like if they were to DP from really far away, you could punish counter with that. Yeah, just because it's I'm so far away. I mean, I could do this, 23 frame startup versus 13, it's much quicker to do this. So if they like do a DP that I wasn't expecting and I do this, there's a chance that they're going to block it. Or if for some reason, so there I was like really ready for it, but like, let's say I'm not as ready for it. Now they got to block that. Like that wasn't punish counter, so
Yeah.
so like in those situations, you want to do that.
That makes sense.
And then so that left me with like plus 11. Yeah, like plus 11, so then I can go right into crouch heavy punches. Gotcha, that's the button. So that's the other way to meter jump, which I don't really recommend. But if like, let's say the combo is definitely gonna kill, and you just want an easy mode combo, you could just drive rush into drive rush.
See, I've been looping that. That's what I've been doing.
Yeah. Oh, you've been looping this, the stand heavy kick and the stand heavy kick?
Yeah, heavy kick to crouching, heavy punch.
But then are you drive rushing to stand heavy kick again?
Yeah.
So that does less damage.
Yeah.
So you're better off doing this. So like...
Because that'll scale, like you said, because
so
it's 2 hits.
1580. It's also 1580, but it's extra hits. So like, so I did 3176. Wait a second. Let me fix my meter real quick. So 3501.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, that was a lot better. Huh. Did you expect to have this much fun with Akuma?
No. So like at first when I like knew he was coming out, I was like, oh, like he's a Shoto, which I enjoy. Like he's an archetype that I understand. So like when Ed was coming out, I was like, I don't know what to expect. And then when I saw him, I was like, he seems way too complicated. I'm not really into it.
Yep.
With Akuma, like I knew I would at least like him. And so I was like, oh, like I'll use my fighter rentals and I'll try him out.
Yep.
And immediately I was like, this feels different. This feels like I'm playing a different fighting game in a good way. And so I ended up buying the character, and I literally have not touched Luke since the patch came out.
Oh my god.
Because I haven't had that much time to play. I've been playing like 2-3 hours a day.
Yeah.
And it's just like Akuma. I'm addicted now.
That is insane. We were all very surprised that you ran Akuma all night on Monday. Like... was not expecting that. I thought maybe you'd play him like a little bit at first and be like, okay, like now we're getting close to the end of the night. Let's pull out that Luke, you know. But no, I think that's really cool, and it's fun for me to see you having so much fun with this character, because I was not there to see you like discover Luke.
Yeah.
So by the time you showed up, you knew what you were doing and had it all ready, and it was business as usual. But this is like just really exciting to see you, get hyped about the character.
Yeah, and so I've been like, trying to find the right word, like rushing to get my Akuma game plan together
As high as
as fast as, like, as good as I can get it, as quickly as I can, because like the first few days playing Akuma, I was just losing like every single game. Like, I had no idea what I was doing. And then when I started to figure out my combo routes and like my Oki setups, then when I came in on Monday, I had like a half-baked plan, which was not baked enough, apparently. I did not make top 3. I'm salty about that. But we come back stronger.
That's right.
So I've been putting in the homework this week, and I'm going to come back on Monday with a much
stronger
Akuma, yeah.
Is there anything that you'll be showing us Monday that you'd like to show us now?
I think I've shown you everything I know. I'm trying to think if there's anything I'm forgetting, because there's so much that this character can do. Like, I didn't even really do much with Demon Flip, and you can. The thing I don't like about using Demon Flip is, like, in a lot of situations, your opponent can just mash DP, which when you're playing, like, I've been playing a lot of Ranked. When you're playing Ranked, everyone's mashing DP all the time, so it's so hard to go for these setups. The Demon Flip into this is plus on block, which is really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's like, I took a risk for not that much reward, and so I haven't been using it as much. I'll probably start adding it to my game plan, like as I get like deeper into Akuma and be like, oh, like my super solid game plan is good some of the time, and then like, okay, this opponent knows all the defensive options for all the things I'm throwing at them. Now I need to not only throw them a curveball, but like a calculated curveball, something that I understand how it works from my end, and something that's going to be tricky for them. So like maybe something like this, crouch medium kick, demon flip into the overhead. It's like I'm forcing them to block low then block high. Like if they DP, they have to react to that.
Yep. Or like catch them expecting that, condition them with that, and then just cancel drop to grab.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, can you grab off that?
Oh, just hold down and he'll.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah. He'll just drop. So, and that would, especially if you know that they're most likely to tap parry and stuff, get the punish counter.
Right. The other thing I was going to cover is drive rushing off of lights.
Yes, which has taken a pretty big hit for Season 2.
So it's taken a hit for damage, but it's still good for a corner carry. So I'm going to do my standard stand jab, crouch jab, stand light kick. Then I'm going to drive rush and then crouch jab to crouch heavy punch. Because the stand light kick, drive rush to crouch jab is a combo. You can't combo into mediums. And then the crouch jab is +9 on hit. So comboing into crouch heavy punch works. And the crouch heavy punch forces stand. And so then I could choose to crouch heavy punch light tatsu into sweep and then double dash. So yeah, the damage wasn't great, but now they're all the way in the corner. And the thing that was tough about that is like when they're crouching, I really have like 2 good combo enders here, right? I have heavy DP, and then I have to drive rush, and they're not even all the way in the corner, or I can spend the 3 bars to drive rush. And now they're all the way in the corner.
Yeah. So, and then now, like, you've done that, the situation's over. By the time you finished and got your next grab set up, you were you 4 bars in already? I was just trying to... Yeah, and then you get... Yeah. Okay, so...
So that's if they get thrown, and if they tech the throw, I'll probably still be at like 3.5.
So you sacrificed bar for corner carry, setup, game plan, but it just worked in that situation, so why not, right?
Right, exactly, because like, let's just say... for whatever reason, I believe... So the other thing, too, is if I have 6 bars, it's burning a hole in my pocket. I got to spend this thing.
Yeah.
So if I get this hit, might as well. Bring them all the way to the corner. So that situation's still good for me. They're still in the corner. But let's say I'm going to, instead of do that, combo into heavy DP and then drive rush, and I go for the overhead and they perfect parry me. Now I'm in a bad situation.
Yeah. Where
they could back throw me to the corner. And so, I mean, there's pros and cons to each one, but like I would say if I have like if I have less than 3 bars, I probably don't want to drive rush here because now I'm going to burn myself out.
Of course.
Yeah, really this is good if you have lots of drive meter.
Round start, you still got all your drive meter, right? You're trying to already get them in the corner.
Yeah, because even if I have like, even 4 bars, I think is fine. Yeah, that's still fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're low on meter, why am I dropping this? You just want to do that. Oh, so that's actually an interesting situation I just came up with. So when I do the overhead, On counter hit, it's +9, but at this point, I'm like, I'm not worried about that. I'm just always going to confirm any hit into the stand medium kick, which forces stand to light Tatsu. And in that situation, I was like the right distance from the corner where going into raw level 3 made most sense.
For your opponent?
No, for me.
Okay. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's going to kill.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Okay.
And it's an awkward distance from the corner where, like, I'm not going to light DP into level 3. I might be able to heavy DP into level 3, but, like, I don't need to. Yeah, I probably could level 3 that. But either way, it's an ambiguous situation, so... So that happened because I was actually really far away when I was doing the lights. So if I was like here, right, I'm like pretty far away.
Yep.
It worked, but the heavy DP only got 2 of the 3 hits.
Okay.
So the Oki was messed up. If I do it from the right range, then this drive rush. So it's an easy way to end the round.
What's been the trickiest part about learning Akuma so far?
Trying to not get hit.
Trying to not
If you get hit, you die. And
Yeah.
it's like one of those things where, like, if the opponent is playing super solid, then they're earning themselves more opportunities to get hits. And if they're playing really wild, they're essentially gambling. But if their gamble pays off, I can die like so quick. And so what I've been struggling with is playing lame, but being prepared. Where, like, I'm not doing a lot, but my mind's going like a mile a minute, trying to find the opening, trying to figure out their game plan, trying to figure out
what they might try to do.
how I'm going to get this clean hit. Because once I get a hit with Akuma, pretty much anywhere on the screen, I can just drive rush him to the corner, and then I'm super scary. But if I'm in neutral and I'm not getting clean hits, then I'm constantly in danger of, like, if I fireball and they happen to hold up forward, I die.
Yeah.
If I air fireball and they ODDP through it and then they dry rush in, it's like I'm in a bad situation. So it's like trying to take the least risks while maintaining control in neutral to try to earn my hit to put him in a bad spot. That's the hardest part.
And then, like, obviously because his health is so different than Luke, how does that in general contrast to how you play Luke?
So with Luke, a lot of times, like, if I'm in a good situation, I'll double down and, like, take a risk because I'm like, oh, I'm in such a good spot that if this risk pays off, I win. And if it doesn't pay off, I'm still okay. With Akuma, if that risk doesn't pay off, I literally lose. So like, I have to really think twice about even doing stuff on Oki with Akuma because I'm like, oh, if they have level 3 on deck and they just rip it for no reason, I could lose the whole round. Even if I have full health.
So do you enjoy that more? Is that like a little more exciting also because it's putting more pressure on you and your brain, which I feel like you would enjoy a little bit?
So it's definitely more frustrating. There's been too many games where I've really lost off of nothing, where it's like, oh, like they just press stand heavy punch in neutral and drive rushed, and I happen to get hit, and now I'm dead. Especially against Ryu. The Ryu players I've really been struggling against. Because Ryu's damage output feels so buff now that with Akuma's low health, it's like the drive rush scaling doesn't even seem to apply.
No, it's true. It's
just
true.
like just a Ryu just press the stand heavy punch or get hit. They drive rush into stand heavy kick, stand heavy punch, uppercut level 3, and it's like 80% of my life. I'm like, I'm dead. I'm blown up.
Yeah. Which even after that statement affirms where my eyes have been been going lately. So yeah, I really feel that.
Yeah, but the thing I really like about it is it really does keep me honest, where like, oh, I actually have to, like, I can't just do brain dead Akuma stuff to try to win consistently. I can steal some games doing that.
Of course,
my opponents have been doing that to me. But like, I'm not trying to steal free wins. I'm trying to win consistently. I'm trying to learn.
Make a
I'm
game
trying
plan.
to improve. Exactly.
Yeah,
so then what it really comes down to is like, by being a player who's piloting Akuma, I basically have to be as precise as like a surgeon. I have to press every button at the right time. I have to not make mistakes. I have to DP them when they jump in. I have to drive impact when they drive impact. It's just, I have to play perfect. And I think it's really keeping me on my toes. And I think even if I don't end up playing Akuma long term, it's going to level me up as a player.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Because if I play this sharp, because I have to with Akuma, and then go back to a brain dead character like Luke, it's over.
Damn. Really, really interesting. Is there anything else you want to cover? That should be pretty good, right?
I think I covered pretty much all of it. That's like all my Akuma game plan that I have like nailed down, and then I understand like I do it here. Here's why I don't do the other option. And I think until I kind of play this out for a couple of weeks, it'll like I can't foresee what I need to add, but I know there's more I need to change and add and do things like that.
And as you evolve, the community is going to evolve the character, the mind games will change, and everything will shift over. So that's another reason why I'm not putting a whole lot of effort into him currently, is because you've seen some of my early bad muscle memory habits that have lasted even to recently. I don't want to do that with Akuma. I want to be able to
learn him
optimally and stick with that, rather than, well, this is what I figured out, so this is what I'll do for now, and it'll carry me this long, and then I'll have a much harder time breaking this habit to get beyond that and level up. So I'm going to give that a bit.
Yeah, and one thing I did want to say about Akuma as well, like the day Akuma dropped, everyone's like, oh, this character's broken, instant S tier. But I have to say, with the buffs that Ken and Ryu got, there's actually good reason to not use Akuma.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're a Ryu main and you've been a Ryu main, you can keep playing Ryu. If you're a Ken main and you've been playing Ken, you can keep playing Ken. But if you haven't been playing Ryu or Ken and you're considering picking up one of the 3 Shotos, I think there's like pros and cons to each one.
100%.
Where like offensively, Akuma is clearly the best, but there's the drawback on his defensive side, where I think Ryu and Ken are a little bit more balanced in that sense.
100%. Because what feels good about Akuma and what attracted me to him in Street Fighter V was that high risk, high reward.
Yep.
When I'm right, I am so freaking right, and that feels amazing. And when I'm wrong, I could not be any more wrong and paying for it, and that really sucks too. So, and that's another reason why I've kind of been keeping a distance from him a little bit and focusing on something that's a little more rewarding towards my learning gameplay, we'll say, without being self-deprecating. All right, folks. Well, that should wrap it up for this episode of the Safe Sets podcast. If you have any questions, please leave it down in the comment section below, and either myself or Ricky will do our best to get back to them as soon as possible. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Give it a like. Subscribe for more content like this. Check out some of our other content and social medias. It'll all be at the end. That's going to do it. We'll catch you guys on the next episode. Keep pressing them buttons and
stay safe.